Hi everybody, I just wanted to give you an update on everything in Early Brit Lit. And firstly, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your incredible patience over this last couple of weeks with everything that happened with my computer and having to move the schedule. I just didn't think after what occurred that it would be fair to come back with my new computer, upload all the assignments, and then say, okay, you now have like 3 days to read these, so as opposed to a week. So thank you for being so understanding. I mean, a lot of classes would have been much more like, I don't know what's happening, what's going on, why aren't you in control of this, bark, 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 bark. So sorry for the ambient noise, I'm in my office. So you were just so patient and sweet, and you were even like checking up on me and saying, I'm sorry this happened, and I hope you feel better from your shingles. And you're just the sweetest, nicest, smartest bunch of people that any professor could ask for in an online class. So I wanted to just start by saying thank you. And I wish that I could teach you all again, which I will come back to at the end. Actually, there's a possibility that if you're open to it that I might. But from the bottom of my heart, you have my sincere gratitude for your forbearance, your tolerance, and your compassion. It's just been a chaotic semester. So your reading assignment and your discussion assignment has been posted. The discussion prompt is in the discussion prompts channel, and it has to do with the character of the pardoner and how greedy and manipulative he is, and several of you have already answered that, so thank you. I'm looking forward to going in and replying to everybody on Tuesday. I also will be giving a quiz on Tuesday that covers the pardoner's prologue and the Wife of Bath's tale. The reason that we're not covering the Wife of Bath's prologue is that it is actually longer than the tale itself, to the point where one of the other pilgrims stands up and says, wow, madam, this is certainly a long preamble to a story. So I decided, instead of making you read that, in my lecture material, I just have summarized the entire prologue for you. And so all you have to read is her story, her tale that she tells. It is a Breton lay, which is a particular type of narrative, and we'll go into that more in a minute, but it is set in the time of King Arthur. So the other thing, the pardoner's prologue, I want you to read, talks about, him, his perspective, his villainy, and then I just posted a short cartoon that actually summarizes the tale for you so you can know what happens in it. You're welcome to read the tale. I'm just not requiring it. So reading the pardoner's prologue and the Wife of Bath's tale and contributing to the discussion about the pardoner, that is your homework for Tuesday. Fourthly is to have a nice Halloween weekend, to be safe, enjoy being in your costumes if you do anything, and I just hope you guys have a nice time. I also wanted to throw it out there for any of you that are still here next semester and that are graduating in May. If you need more humanities electives, a literature, even if you've already taken the literature that is required, which is this class, an additional literature counts as a humanities elective if you need one. Now, some of you might not. You might have already fulfilled all those requirements. But you are more than welcome, if you are now used to this class and how it functions, and you're used to the Discord and the weekly deadlines and the asynchronous format, and you'd rather stick with the devil you know than the devil you don't, I am teaching a modern British literature course in the spring that will function exactly the same way as this one. I think it'll probably still be Tuesdays, once-a-week deadlines, being on Discord, quizzes and tests on Testmos, so on and so forth. It is the direct sequel to this class, material-wise. We spend a lot of times with the Romantics in the 1800s. We do poetry, we do Frankenstein, and I know that a couple of you are like, I already read Frankenstein in high school, but it's a really, really important book that deserves a second look when you're more of an adult, because there's a lot that you miss if you read it as a kid, and it's massively, massively influential. And then we do Victorians, like Sherlock Holmes, Tennyson, And then the last part of the class is contemporary British literature, and that's where I kind of turn it over to you. And you get to delve into your own things that you want to talk about. So that is Modern Brit Lit. It's a lot of fun. I always really enjoy teaching it. And as I was just saying, you have been nothing but fabulous. So I would personally love to have you in that course. And so it will show up when registration opens. And I just wanted to give you a heads up about it. If any of you still had any electives that you needed to fulfill as part of your graduation. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. In the meantime, you know what you need to be doing for Brit Lit. So again, you have in the introduction channel, you have our entire schedule. It tells you everything we're doing week by week. What I had to cut was your research project for the Canterbury Tales. And I'm really sorry about that, because it is actually fun to give you a chance to kind of turn you loose and say, okay, now you get to pick a tale and teach the rest of the class about it, because we don't have time to do every single one. I am still going to offer that as an extra credit incentive, and I already wrote about this a little bit in the channel, in the Early Brit Lit channel. But if you feel like, you don't want to miss out on that experience and that study, you can still do that project. You can still do it for extra credit. So reach out to me and let me know. It involves you preparing a PowerPoint presentation or a PDF, if you would prefer, but basically something with slides and pictures and sources and all that, that if we'd been in person, that you would have given to the class about one of the Canterbury Tales that we haven't already covered in class. So like the Shipman's Tale, the Nun's Priest's Tale, which is one of my favorites, the Merchant's Tale, the Franklin's Tale, another one of my favorites. Any of those. If you, reaching out to me doesn't require you to do it. It doesn't sign your name in blood. So if that sounds interesting to you, if you need extra credit, if you think you're going to need extra credit for any upcoming exams, give me a shout. So I'm still offering that. It's just absolutely not required. So when we wrap up this material on Tuesday, the following Tuesday will be your exam, which will cover all the medieval stuff, in the lectures that I put out there, and all the Chaucer stuff. I'll just be cutting one of the test questions because it was originally about the presentations. At that point, we will be caught up, and the rest of the schedule from that point on will be accurate as we go into Shakespeare. So, do you have any questions for me? Anything that you need clarified? Let me know. You can always reach out to me on Discord. I want to apologize for yesterday. For some reason, and I don't know why, Discord stopped sending me notifications. And so when Jill asked the question and I didn't see it, thank you. I think it was Michelle who stepped up and helped me out. It should be fixed now. I don't know why it did that, but you can always reach out to me directly on Discord. You can, hail me in the channel by doing the @ symbol. You can send me an email on boldenamy@roanstate.edu. Any of those, if you have questions about any of this. So, in the meantime, I hope you have a totally fantastic weekend. Thank you so much again for your kindness and understanding, and I will see you again next week. So thank you for listening. Bye.